What's good, squad? It's the big homie SB23 back at you with some more words of wisdom. Today we're going to talk about not chasing things and attracting things. You want to be an attractor, not a chaser. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel SB23 on YouTube. That's my entertainment channel. Chosen123 on YouTube. That's the life coaching motivation channel where you'll get these gems at. You'll get the gems on the other channel too, but that's my entertainment channel. You know what I'm saying? That's the channel that I make money from that channel, but my Chosen123 channel is all about giving back to the people. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all for liking and sharing, spreading the knowledge, and coming to hang out with the big homie. And I hope your day's going well, and I'm sending love out your way. All right, y'all. So we're gonna talk about being a attractor and not a chaser. Oftentimes in life, like I say all the time, we get ourselves into situations to where we want to, we're chasing after things in our life. You know, we want to, maybe it's a goal that you got that you want to attain, or it's some sort of, let's say, like if you want to, I don't know, if you want some new thing material-wise, you might want something new, and you're chasing after it. Relationship-wise, you might want a specific person, and you're chasing after that person. Money, if you're chasing money, whatever it is, whatever you're trying to chase after, that's not the energy that you want to come with. When you are in chasing energy, that means that you're sending out desperate energy. You know what I'm saying? So it's telling the universe that you're lacking in something in that area, whatever area it is that you're chasing after. And anytime you chase something, it just makes it run fast. It makes it more elusive for you to get it. It's like it's running away from you. It repels. And in life, you want to be an attractor. You got to look at yourself like a magnet. Remember, I always say that law of attraction, it is whatever you put out into the world is going to come back to you. So if you want a specific type of thing, then you have to walk within that energy so that you will then attract it to you. You don't have to chase anything. If you just hold the energy and then take the proper steps to move toward it, then it will come toward you. You don't have to chase it. So when it comes to money, you know, don't be in a desperate energy for money. You're running and you're doing 1,000 things to try to make this money, and oftentimes it'll elude you because you're chasing after it. So it makes it harder to get whatever it is that you're trying to get, instead of just matching your frequency to whatever it is that you want and then attracting it. Like, you got to look at yourself like a magnet, and a magnet has a polarity to it. So whatever is meant for you is going to attract to you if it's something that is supposed to attract to you. But if it's not supposed to attract to you, then it will repel. So when you have a magnet, you know, two positive energies will, or no, two energies of the same frequency will attract to each other, as opposed to two frequencies that are of opposite polarities. So if you got something in your life and it bounces out of your life, it repels, that means that the frequency that you're on, you and that other thing we're not of the same vibration. It was a different vibe that thing was sitting on, and therefore it bounced out of your life instead of clinging to you. So again, be it if it's money, you know, if you have a bad way of thinking about money, if you think that money is the root of all evil, that money is like, if you don't have a care for it, like if you don't have if you have a bad mindset on it, then the money is going to repel itself from you, because you're not generating an energy that is attractive to money. You know what I'm saying? Because money is just an energy. Money is on the same energy wavelength as like water. Money is supposed to flow. It's not supposed to be stagnant. Just like water is not supposed to be stagnant. If you leave water stagnant for too long, it'll become something that you can't even utilize. Like, it'll become undrinkable. stagnant water is not good. You know, if you know anything about stagnant water, like look in the summertime when the water gets stagnant outside somewhere, it'll attract bugs, and it'll start to grow algae and whatever else is going on. Different types of I don't know, creatures will grow up in this water, and it'll be something that you don't want in your existence at all. So that's like the same thing with money. If you get money and you're too scared to utilize it in the way that you're supposed to utilize it, and you have it, like say you're somebody who is super frugal and you're keeping it stashed up somewhere, and you know trying to save every little bit and all that stuff, and then it's gonna be hard for you to come by money, because money is like water. It flows. That's why a lot of the sayings that come with money are of this water type frequency. So you know they say make it rain, you know, in the club they're making it rain. You make the money rain down, or they said, or when you put your money, you put money into a bank, like a river bank. You could look at it that way. You want money to flow in and out, because money comes and goes, and that's the thing that you have to understand, is that with money, it's not something to be held up. It's something that you're supposed to utilize. It's a tool, you know what I'm saying? So you utilize it in order to make your life easier, and by doing so, you want it to flow. So you want it to flow in and flow out, so that it'll keep coming to you, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to material objects, you know, in your life, again, if you want something and you really, really want it, you want to be in the energy of that you already have it, but then also you have to take the steps within that to acquire said thing. So you want to set your energy frequency first, and then do whatever you need to do to clear the path so that this thing comes to you. And what you don't want to do is try to force it. Anytime you try to force something to be what you want it to be, that's when it takes longer for you to get it. And then even let's say if you do get it, and by forcing it, it could come to you before you're actually ready to have it. And then when you get it, you're not in a position to keep it and sustain that thing that you were looking for. So yes, you got it and you acquired it, but just as quickly as you acquired it, you're going to lose it, because you didn't give yourself enough time to build yourself up to be able to handle whatever it is that you're attracting material wise. So let's say if it's a car, a house, you know, whatever it might be. You might want a new bike, like a bike or a motorcycle, or you know, whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. If you don't set yourself up to be able to handle this new thing financially or even energetically, then just as quickly as you push to get it, you'll lose it. Or even if you can sustain it, it's not going to be within the right energy, and it's going to drain you. You know what I'm saying? It's going to drain you of all your resources, because you didn't put yourself in a position to be ready for it to come in its proper time. You pushed for it, and then it came earlier than what you actually were ready for it to come. So that's, again, don't chase things so much to where it's that, yes, you got it and you acquired it, but you weren't even ready for it when you got it. Relationship wise, you know, when you get with somebody, or if you want to get with somebody, let's say you want to get with somebody and you really, really are feeling this person, and maybe they don't notice you or something like that, or maybe you haven't presented yourself to them in the instance of you're feeling them on some type of way, or you're crushing on them, or whatever it is, you're feeling lust towards them in whatever way, whether you want a relationship or you just want some fun time, you know, fun night out, and you know, maybe you feeling this person in a sexual manner, you might want to have some fun time with them like that. The worst thing you could do is chase after somebody because again, all that does is give off desperate energy, and then it makes you look like you're starving for something. And that could be a turnoff, you know. That's a turnoff. And then even if, let's say, it's not a turnoff to somebody, but if somebody's looking at you like you're desperate, you might get taken advantage of because of the energy that you're coming with. So now, because you're chasing after them, you put this person on a pedestal above you, and now you know, and if this is a person who has ego, like a big ego within them, and that's what they run off of primarily, then they're going to take advantage of you, or they're going to feed off of your energy, and their ego is going to really go out the roof. So that's what you don't want to do. That you don't ever want to be looking desperate or whatever the case may be. If you are feeling somebody, don't be afraid to make it known. Like I said, I was talking in one of my other videos, be direct, be straight up and honest, be direct about it. And because this conversation is for my grown-ups out there, be direct about it and be honest, and, you know, present yourself. Don't be afraid of rejection, because, you know, that's just part of life. You know what I'm saying? If you get rejected, you get rejected. There's other people, there's billions of people in this world. So if you get rejected, you don't have to feel some type of way. That one person isn't the end all be all. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand that within these scenarios, you need to treat yourself as if you are the prize. So that's why you don't want to be chasing after anybody, because if you chase after somebody, then you're giving them your power. You're, again, putting them on a higher pedestal than yourself, and now you're giving them the power to dictate how you're gonna feel about yourself in the long run, and you don't want to do that. So again, if you're feeling somebody, it doesn't hurt to tell them about that. And that's for anybody, especially, you know, men. We do oftentimes, as men, we're looked at as the ones to approach women and, you know, take the lead in that. But I feel like for my ladies out there, y'all gotta y'all have to, if you're feeling somebody, don't wait around for that person to give you a sign that they're feeling you, because oftentimes as men, we don't know how you're actually feeling. Like, even if you're giving cues, especially nowadays in this world that we live in, as men, we're so worried about coming off in the wrong way to women and being painted in some sort of light that we'll see maybe we might see the cues in our mind. We might be thinking, like, is she feeling me? Like, I feel like she's feeling me. But we might not make that move because there's a lot of stuff going on in this world that I have dudes looking crazy out there, and, you know, nobody's trying to be looking like a creep or anything like that. So we will hesitate to pick up on those cues, or we might not know whether that is an actual cue, or is it just, you know, whatever, you know, or did we make that up in our mind? So I think that's one thing when it comes to my ladies out there. Y'all gotta, if y'all feeling somebody, you just gotta pull up with them and tell them, like, even if you're insecure and you don't want to get straight up rejected, do it in a way to where it won't be so detrimental to you if that person isn't feeling you. You know what I'm saying? Don't come off too strong, but also don't come off as meek either. You want to just be honest. Say, hey, listen, you know, would you like to go out to, you know, get coffee or whatever it is that you like to get into? And then if that person says yes, then okay, more than likely there's something there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got to be feeling something about you in order for them to accept that type of thing. But again, you can't leave it up to us men to read your mind. And this is off topic, I guess, but that's one thing about women that's one thing about my ladies that y'all have to understand, that as men, we can't read your mind. As much as y'all want us to read your mind, we can't. So it's like, we can't get inside your head and know exactly how you're feeling. So you got to tell us what's up. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to say, like, hey, this is how I'm feeling, or whatever. Like I said, even if it's not right up front, right up off the bat, you know, give them an invitation to something. And then once y'all get into that space, then give them the cues, you know, to know that you're feeling him in some sort of way. And then at that point, he should pick up on it. If he doesn't, then he's not the right one for you. You know what I'm saying? So, and that goes with men too. Like, same scenario for my fellas out there. Don't be afraid to take that chance, but also, again, don't be desperate. If a woman's really feeling you, you're going to know. Like, really, at the end of it, she'll make it pretty obvious, I think. But again, for the shyer type ones, maybe they might not. And it's the same way with men. Like, if you're a shy man, then you might not, a woman might be feeling you, but she might not know whether you are or not. And again, if you want to get past that, then build your confidence. But back to what I was saying before about being an attractor and not a chaser. In all of those scenarios, you want to attract, you don't want to chase, because chasing, again, is desperate energy, and you don't want to come off as that. You are the prize at the end of the day, and that's the way you have to think about it and look at it. Let's say if you get into a relationship and it goes left or whatever the case may be, and let's say you're with somebody and they leave you. Don't chase after that person. You know what I'm saying? And let's say somebody's trying to make you feel jealous about something. Don't feed into that stuff. Don't feed into that. Say if they get into another relationship and they're trying to make you feel jealous, because this happens to all of us. You know what I'm saying? This happened to all. If you've been in a relationship with somebody at some point, and then let's say they leave and they get with somebody else, if they do things to try to make you feel jealous, don't even feed into that stuff, because for what reason do you need to feel jealous? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if you have been with that person, then you've already had that person. So it's like, okay, at that point, what more could somebody else do with that person that you didn't do already? You know what I'm saying? So what is the reason to feel jealous for? It's like, again, you're the prize. So if they move on to somebody else new, then there's no reason to chase after them. You're free to embark on a new journey and find somebody who might suit you better, you know what I'm saying, or who actually might be ready for the commitment that you're ready for, or whatever the case may be, for whatever reason why y'all broke up. Never chase after somebody and leave yourself looking desperate, because that's, again, chasing energy is desperate energy, and you don't ever want to look desperate out here. Hold yourself in high regard, you know what I'm saying? Don't ever give your power to anybody else in life. And that's one thing that I've always, in my relationships, in any one of my relationships that ever ended, I never chased after that. Like if we're done, then we're done. And then you know, again, there's billions of people in the world. Somebody else will come along who will suit you better. You know what I'm saying? So there's no reason to chase after anybody, because again, you're the prize. So, and that's the way you have to look at it. Be the attractor. And that's how it's always been for me in my life. You know, all the women that I've gotten, I've attracted. I've never had to chase after them. They've just come to me. But that's because of the energy that I carry. So it's everybody out there can do the same thing. You know, you in some sort of way, you're attractive to somebody out there. So you don't have to chase after somebody who doesn't see your attractiveness, or who does see your attractiveness, but they have a hard time being in just one relationship. Because there's a lot of people out there who have a hard time being just in a relationship without looking at other things and thinking that it might be a better situation. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm saying that because I used to have that mindset in my own mind. You know what I'm saying? I used to have a mindset of like, I guess you would say, a player, to where you would be with somebody, but then you're looking at the field and seeing how other people look, and you're like, oh, you know, that might be a better situation over there. I might want to try that, even though you really aren't. It's not that you're not content or happy within your relationship that you have now, but it's just that idea of thinking that maybe there might be something better out there. You know what I'm saying? And that is something that will mess up your life, because every time you start to think that way, then that's when you get yourself caught up in situations that you don't want to be in, because you might not even know that whoever you're with at that moment is actually the person who's meant for you. But because you have this thing of looking and trying to find things that are better, like always trying to find a better thing, or whatever the case may be, because you're lacking something on it, and oftentimes it's because you're lacking something on the inside that you need to work on, that you end up messing up your situation, because you're looking at other things, trying to see if you can get more than what you already have, instead of being content. So again, don't be, and And that right there is chasing energy. If you think about it, like if you already have something and it's actually a good thing in your life, and then you are looking for other things, then you are working within a chasing type energy. You're chasing something that you think is out there, but it really isn't. You know what I'm saying? It's just something within your mind that you're not understanding, that is a messed up way of thinking. So again, in this world, you want to be an attractor. Like I said, everybody is attractive to somebody out there. And if you get with somebody who genuinely finds you attractive, and they're not trying to use you, and they're not trying to siphon your energy, or use you as a pedestal to make themselves feel better, then that's the person that you need to stick with. You know what I'm saying? But what you have to understand also is you have to clean up your energy first before you can get to that person. You know what I'm saying? Or again, like I said, sometimes you will get that person. Like I said in one of my other videos, maybe if you're, let's say if you're in a toxic relationship and somebody's treating you badly, and because of that, you want somebody else who was going to treat you in a good manner. So that's the energy that you put out to the universe. So then the universe brings you in somebody who is going to do that for you, and oftentimes it'll be a test to see how you're going to handle it. And they may, this person may be exactly what you need, but maybe there might be one or two things within what they got going on that may not sit well with you, but everything else overall does. And the universe will test you to see, are you going to focus on these one or two things that bother you that really aren't that big of a deal and are going to work themselves out if you give it time? Or are you going to are you going to focus on just those things? Or are you going to focus on the positive things that you've been asking for, that you wanted, and how they treat you, and how they treat the people in your inner circle, and whatever the case may be? Are you going to focus on the good of that person or the bad of that person? And then that will determine how your life is going to go from that point forward. Because again, when it comes to those scenarios, there's not a lot of people who actually mean well for you. So when you have that and then you squander it, then you're not going to get that again. So oftentimes it'll be a test like that to see how you're going to handle it after you just asked for that, since you were in a messed up scenario. You know, and I think that's what people who deal with trauma and stuff like that, and who've been hurt a lot in their life, this is what happens. Like they get so caught up in the trauma and the mistrust they have for people that they don't realize, they can't differentiate between a good person and a bad person. They look at everybody the same, and they have the same sort of grading system for everybody across the board. And that's where you mess up in life, because you can have a good person in your life and then completely squander it because you're not giving everybody a fair shot. I said that in my last video. So that's what you got to be careful of. You want to walk around this world with attracting energy, not chasing. Don't chase anything. It will come to you if it's meant to come to you. What's for you is not going to miss you. So as long as you're walking around with good energy, good intent, you're treating people how you want to be treated, you're acknowledging that, you know, there's blessings within your life coming from the higher power, whatever you believe in, God, Allah, source, spirit, the universe, whatever it is that you want to call this existential energy that we have out here. As long as you understand the laws that it works with, and you're walking within that light, then everything that's meant for you is going to come to you, and you don't have to chase it. All you have to do is hold a good energy, hold a good vibration. You want to keep your vibration working on a higher plane, and then do the things that you need to do in order to clear the path, so that these things that you want come to you instead of you chasing them. Because again, chasing energy is desperate energy, and you don't ever want to be desperate out here. You don't ever want to look desperate, feel desperate, because that's when you'll get taken advantage of for sure. And that's when you'll get used, and you don't want that. You want to have good energy, so that you can use your energy in order to attract the things that you want in your life. So that's just some words of wisdom from the big homie. You know, you are the prize. Don't forget that. Every single one of y'all, anybody who watches these videos, it doesn't matter what type of situation you're in, you can turn it around. If you've been working in low vibrational energy, you can turn it around. Just start doing the good healing that you need to do. Up your vibration, and then you'll start to attract the proper things into your life. Don't force it, like I said. And then everything will start to go your way. But the main thing you have to understand is that you don't want to chase. Chasing is horrible energy. Chasing is like, again, it's not hating energy. It's not that low, but chasing energy is just putting yourself in a position that you don't want to be in. You don't want to give your power up to anybody, because you are the prize at the end of the day. And somebody out there is gonna look at you as a prize. And when that person comes into your life, you cherish them. You don't treat them badly. You don't toss them to the side. You cherish them and you honor them, and you treat them as they are the prize also. And that goes with anything in life too. When you get that house, you get that car, you get that job, whatever it is that you're going toward or you're trying to attract, when you do attract it, you make sure that you cherish that thing and treat it honorably, and don't just poo-poo it. You know, treat it with the honor and dignity that it's supposed to be treated, because at one point you were wishing for this thing. So when you get it, don't act like it was like it doesn't matter. Treat it with respect and dignity. But all right, y'all, I'm out of here. It's the big homie. I'ma holla.